quickly wishing everyone attendance लगा दो एक बार जल्दी फिर I'll come back. Mr. KP, good evening.
Good evening.
Sharmila ji, good evening.
Good evening.
Kiran ji, good evening. Karan Sharma, you seem to be back to your normal self. I can see.
Yes, ma'am. अभी ठीक है.
Good, good.
शिवानी, मैं प्रोग्राम अटेंड करके बात करूं? ठीक है.
Ranjana ji, good evening. Sandhya ji.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Nirja ji, good evening.
नहीं.
Mr. Malik, good evening. So when words fail, music speaks. Music expresses feeling and thought without language. It was below and before speech, and it is above and beyond all words. Music therapy is the use of music to address the physical, emotional, cognitive, and social needs of a group or an individual. And it employs a variety of activities such as listening to melodies, playing an instrument, drumming, writing songs, and guided imagery. Sound is a potent, powerful energy that can express love and concern or cause great pain and destruction. Human consciousness has begun to accept the possibility that we live in a magical world where the powerful energy vibrations made by music, positive thoughts, and words of love and harmony produce peace and beauty, while vibrations lacking this positive energy produce distortion. In fact, even the Cancer Society has acknowledged that certain types of meditation, such as the ones using a repetition of mantras, either silently in the form of thoughts or out loud, can bring a response of relaxation in the body. So a very warm welcome to Dr. Raj Gopal, who will be hosting today's session on music therapy, the power of sound. So just to give you a little bit of an insight into Dr. Raj Gopal's accomplishments. Dr. Raj Gopal is an accomplished homeopathic wellness physician, independent researcher, and author. He strongly believes in a seamless, integrative approach to optimal health and wellness, treating the whole person or individual with less is more medicine. He has been guiding his patients to attain optimal health by incorporating this holistic approach along with the principles of homeopathy, nutritional medicine, biological medicine, complementary and alternative medicine, and other therapies, including music, meditation, and relaxation practices. Dr. Raj Gopal earned his bachelor's degree in homeopathic medicine in 1984 from Maulana Azad Homeopathic Medical College, Karnataka. He began right from his formative years of private clinical practice to develop a keen interest in mind, body, integrative medicine. He has been an avid proponent of it ever since. His other interests include independent research, writing, and teaching on the quintessential foundational principles of mind and body, nutritional and integrative medicine. It was this passionate ardor that led him to enroll and receive a doctoral degree in natural medicine, which emphasizes on nutritional medicine from New Eden School of Natural Health and Herbal Studies, Indiana, USA. A fellow of the College of Chest Physicians and member of the Center of Applied Science, Dr. Raj Gopal is also a long-time writer, editor, author, and publisher. He has published over 4,000 articles on a host of subjects, including health and wellness medicine and allied subjects in India and abroad. He has edited and published health and medical journals and magazines, aside from a handful of review papers. He has also authored 14 books, 8 of them key to natural health. He has helped scores of patients to heal successfully from a range of acute and chronic illnesses. A technology enthusiast, Dr. Raj Gopal extends his services to patients across the globe. He is now, in fact, available on Doco 360 for patients to consult him virtually using the Doco 360 mobile app. So, Dr. Raj Gopal, welcome to Mo TV once again, and really a pleasure to have you here. Last time you had spoken on integrative medicine, and today you are bringing another new approach to us, that is musical therapy. So really looking forward to the session and handing over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. At one point in time, I thought whether whatever you were saying was true.
Dr. Rajgopal, I'm sure it is. And can I just request you to move closer to the mic? Your voice is a little faint.
Okay. 1 second. Now, how is it? Okay?
Yes, much better. Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. Good evening, everybody. Namaskar. The topic for the day, as Ritu outlined, is healing with music, or rather music healing, or using music for healing purposes through the power of sound. Well, music permeates the universe. All of us know that. There is music in the rain, in thunder, the gentle breeze, the chirping of birds, in speech and thought, you just name it. Our ancients placed immense faith in the healing power of music, much more than healing herbs. Picture this, for instance, the healing customs of ancient India, China, Persia, Egypt, Greece, among others, through music. Or recall a musical context from Homer's classic Iliad and Odyssey, where Homer celebrates a melodic case in point where the spread of plague is halted by sacred hymns, as also Odysseus' injured knee being healed by the chanting of lays. The divine manifestation of sound, the essence of music, has been likewise equated with light for ages. However this may be, one important fact remains that our spirit is created not by light, but by sound. Hence the vintage expression, in the beginning was the word. This relates, of course, to Western philosophy. Or sound in the form of divine speech, where divine sound, as you know, is the cause of all manifestation. Eastern thought also evidences that sound is God's power. In other words, Nada Brahma, the divine sound that reverberates through the universe. Or first there was sound. This explains why we have been traditionally taught that sound is God, what with music being the spiritual discipline that raises our inner self to divine bliss. The power of sound, or mantra, or the divine expression Om, for example, has therefore been given a special pride of place in everyday life. The word Om exemplifies a profoundly divine spiritual strength or element. There is divinity in music. This needs no explanation. There is likewise purity in music, which also needs no explanation. Like how, for instance, to highlight just one example, the legendary music director Naushad Ali recorded another legend, Muhammad Rafi's Man Tarpat Hari Darshan To Aaj in Raga Malkans. Music originated from Samaveda. It emerged in the recitation of the Vedic hymns, as we all know. The scales were developed much later. The rest is history. Let us go to another point in context. There is more than an element of physics in the melodious chemistry of music. The universe, for instance, is built on the eternal sound or cadence of harmonies. The legendary Greek philosopher and mathematician Pythagoras, who pioneered the idea that seamlessly connected mathematics, music, and the cosmos through his precise context called as the fundamental, simple, and yet profound formula that also related to mathematical patterns that lie beneath musical scales and intervals that are most present to the ear and also the mind. There is no prizes for guessing. His musical doctrine articulates the core of quantum theory, probability waves. He also observed that music was associated with the rhythms of life. The great medieval physician Paracelsus used the metaphor musical medicine to dealing with specific illnesses. Now, Ritu, could you play Mozart number 1 for 2-3 minutes? Yeah, this was a clip from Mozart's Divertimento. Now let's move on. For instance, the father of medicine, Hippocrates, often took his mental patients to the temple of Asclepius, the Greek god of healing. His symbol, as you know, the rod is used by WHO among others, to make them listen to healing music, the ringing of bells. The fact of the matter is, all of us have an ear for music. The reason being, the ear is the first sensory organ to develop in the mother's womb, preceding even the nervous system. So sound is our first source of information about the world. It is also the last to be naturally lost. Picture this, of grandmas and moms singing bhajans or lullabies. This is the baby's first vocal influence. Legend, in fact, also has it that Mozart held the hand of his wife, Constanza, during the delivery of one of their children while humming and composing music. So we've already played Mozart's number, and now we move on to modern science. Modern science conjures up the fact that there are networks in the human brain seemingly and solely dedicated to music. As physicist Brian Josephson outlines, music is like atoms in terms of quantum theory. He also suggests parallels between human DNA and musical ideas that fuel our primary level of consciousness. New studies and ideas have shown that listening to soulful music increases the unity between the different areas of the brain. It is like using your computer RAM to detecting and predicting patterns that activate innumerable. So if you plug into your favorite tune or melody, as research suggests, that when you listen or even sort of tap into your much loved musical piece, you will be able to relax on your own and rip your headache buzz. What is more, all of us seem to savor melodies far better than bitter pills, including sugar pills. Studies testify that music helps the sick cope better with the severity and intensity of their illness. Music aids us to deal effectively with the bad after effects of illness at the individual, family, workplace, and financial levels. And it helps also to fight fear and anxiety while remaining socially active. Let me give you a few examples. Music stimulates learning and memory. It plays a beneficial role in stroke, dementia, brain injuries, and chronic pain. It reduces the number of episodes in fits or epilepsy. It helps to lower blood pressure, high blood pressure, that is. New studies extol the impact of music on listening problems, autism, ADHD, migraine, substance abuse, anxiety, and dyslexia too. Music also may probably ease some of the problems we have in learning. It also eases our pulse rate, it reduces our gloom. It helps to focus and concentrate. It boosts creativity, whatever one's age. It helps to achieve a relaxed, meditative state of mind, body, and spirit. It provides emotional comfort. It regulates our hormones too. It improves our imagery, or what you call as visualization. In like manner, it can probably heal the underlying cause of disease without any invasive tool being used, rather than merely suppressing the symptoms. It is a useful adjunct for easing distress and depression, asthma, diabetes, hysteria, tuberculosis, and even cancer, according to new research. Listening to soulful music, as clinical studies also testify, brings down your cortisol level by about 30%. In fact, there was a research conducted in Germany in the 60s with Ravi Shankar, and this explained, sort of the first insight, or it gave the first insight to using music to bring down levels of cortisol, and it was also sort of validated and ratified. Soft emotional music may be better than your sleeping pills or tranquilizers, because emotionally disturbed patients or highly stressed individuals may spend quiet nights without sleeping pills under the calming waves of music. Music is evidence to help patients relax at the doctor's waiting room or hospital. And you may have seen, in some dentist's clinic, they tend to play music because it helps you to relax before your tooth is attended to or extracted. And music also helps you during the process of convalescence. And now let us play a number, Beethoven number, for a couple of minutes. Symphony 9 in D minor, opera 125. that's good enough. But the idea of playing these clips, to give you a sort of insight as to how music can relax the mind, body, and spirit and the soul. And now let's look into another area where NIMHANS has researched, NIMHANS Bangalore has researched and treated patients with music. And this has led to tangible outcomes, just as much as physicians from across several disciplines and specialties have over the years. The study reveals that patients following heart attack decrease their heart and respiratory rates, including anxiety levels, by listening to soft, soulful music with less than 60 beats per minute. Because, if it is more than 60 beats per minute, I don't think it's conducive to bring that state of relaxation. For instance, what is called as hard rock. I don't think it will, on the contrary, agitate the mind. So likewise, patients in intensive care units showed a significant drop in their blood pressure levels. For most of us, the thought of not actually visiting the hospital means getting under the weather and feeling dull, because the hospital walls are never bright, they're always dull. More importantly, clinicians suggest, that sudden, sharp, or needless clatter or noise in hospital situations is damaging, while soft, melodious music is beneficial during visits or during treatment or during hospitalization and convalescence. The reason is simple. Noise essentially increases blood levels of the stress hormone, adrenaline, and cortisol. The outcome is often prolonged despair, inflammation, or infection, not necessarily a hospital infection. This is also a major impediment to our healing processes and normal immune function. New research also suggests that some of the networks in the brain, as I mentioned earlier, seem to be exclusively dedicated to music. Let's move on to another aspect. This is in more ways than one has prompted neuroscientists to rethink their ideas on the nature of intelligence itself. To consider a commonplace example, listening to your favorite tune can help you work with words, do maths better, and make a better effort job interview, the workplace, or in sports. Most creative individuals, for instance, especially those who work on the computer, most often, designers in the press or in the media, they tend to have soft music in the background because it basically prevents boredom. They are able to concentrate for long hours at a stretch, and boredom doesn't hit them often, like it does for most people otherwise. And to give you a classical example, Sachin Tendulkar often relaxed with music. And before he went out to bat in the middle, he would be so relaxed that he could focus, because relaxation brings out the best in us. Relaxation also, ups our level of concentration and focus. In fact, it is a simple equation. Maybe we can play J.S. Bach Symphony 6 at this moment. Hello? Yeah. fine. Thank you. There we are. Listening to our favorite melodies, often puts us back on our feet. And this is a common thing for all of us. Maybe before exams, maybe before an interview, job interview, or maybe before we meet our boss, an important issue. And it also helps us to get back on our feet following immobility or injury. It stimulates our nervous system because musical notes send electric signals to our muscles even before we begin to move. They also fine-tune our sense of coordination and ambulatory skills that we may have perforce lost during a protracted illness. It soothes our aches and pain symptoms. It takes our mind off the twinge or help us to stay afloat. Maybe you could think of a violin piece, or maybe you could think of rather jazz style, which was first made by Shankar Jayakrishna Duo in the 1960s, much before anybody could think of jazz, Indo jazz, or hum your own special song. Anything goes. And therapists often say that when we choose to play our own pain-fighting music, we can control most of the intimidating or unsympathetic situations and also the environment. Sometimes we tend to get far too worked up, for no reason. And this is a time to call music into our mind and brain and try to sort of wriggle ourselves out of the situation. Music, according to mind-body physicians and also therapists, is nothing short of MRI. It allows sound frequencies to balance resonant energies in our heart, lungs, nervous system, muscles, organs, tissues, cells, mind, also thoughts and feelings. And let me come to the point. The next time you listen to music, try to scan the tangible and intangible workings in our mind and body, and you'll know how it really works. You'll not only feel in sync with your entire being, you will also feel well and melodiously and vibrantly transformed. This is the power of music, the healing power of music. Call it what you may. And now let's move on to what is called as focus music. I think before that we could play Marconi Union, that's number 4 in the list, for a couple of minutes, because this is supposed to reduce our anxiety and stress levels by about 65%, according to clinical psychologists. It's a lovely piece of music, it relaxes the mind, body, and the soul at one shot. So now let's move on to what is called as focused music, or using background music, when you work or when you relax, anything goes. See, the point is, focused music could be used to acquiring better verbal sequencing skills or language skills. proper music, especially classical, is recommended, not rock music, because this can actually enhance our reading comprehension and retention just as well. This is because music plumps our mental potential like no other. It can significantly increase math scores in school or in college, including spatial and temporal reasoning, vocabulary, facts, formulae, skills, and concentration. You may well ask as to how to use focus music in a given situation. You could use it anywhere as background because it can help add energy to your own or your child's creative efforts. It also has the ability to increase your physiological arousal, especially in field of play or any sport event, or even in practice, practice sessions, be it cricket, tennis, badminton, as the case may be. The reasoning, in fact, is using backdrop or background music to fine-tune your brain. This is very simple because music has an elegant structure, a mathematical basis, and an orderly progress through time. Ingredients that can help us to organize and drive our thoughts through a long workday at school, office, or on the sports arena, as I just mentioned. Focus music leads to something which is very exciting. This is called as neural priming. Put simply, you will be able to use both sides of your brain, right and left, or right and left, as the case may be, at the same time. This cannot happen through any other means, even medicine. The result is you're more relaxed, you're more productive. This is because relaxation, as I outlined earlier, brings out the best in us. Take, for example, Roger Federer. He's a class act, and he is calmness personified, right? And we could all be like him at some point whenever we need music to sort of fine-tune our anxieties or nervousness, or for any other thing. For instance, be it, feeling a bit tight, feeling a bit edgy in any situation. So we could all come out of it. And especially during this Corona horribilis time, music will help us to relax and keep the fear at bay. Because the most difficult thing that most people find, quite difficult to combat or to surmount is fear. Because the media is filled over with all the most horrible pictures and instances of, how it's causing mankind to sort of lose the sense of balance. So music, I think, would be the best prescription for that. So I think this is what I have for today. And in fact, I could share a list of numbers, both Indian and Western, which we can circulate, and maybe you could use them, whenever time permits, to listen and to relax. And the reason why I only focused on Western music is because most of us, and also my respected audience, would be aware and familiar with the Indian music system or the style, including Hindi film music, or Carnatic or Hindustani. So I didn't touch upon them at all. But I made a list which I'll be sharing with you at some point. Thank you.
So Dr. Rajgopal, will you share it just now?
Okay, I can share, but
Yeah, we'll give you screen share, no problem. Or you would want to talk about it?
No, it is not, it's in my computer. I'll have to send later. I'm using my mobile phone for the talk. Hello?
Hanji, sorry, I didn't get you, Dr. Rajgopal.
It is not there in my mobile phone. It is in my computer.
Okay, so would you like to share that?
But my computer is not on. But I think I'll try to copy and send it to you.
Okay.
Could you kindly hold on? I'll be off air for a couple of seconds. and I'll come back. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah. I got it?
Hanji, I've received it.
Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry for the, disappearance for a while.
Oh, no problem at all. So, in fact, Mr. KP was just sharing a story wherein his wife was going in for a brain surgery, and the doctor had asked him to, put on her favorite music and then asked him to sing.
Okay, yeah, would be interesting.
Yeah, so Mr. KP, if you would just like to complete that story, and then we are open for questions in case.
I did help her, actually, as a matter of fact. When I sang her that pet song, I was allowed to sing at that time, and it helped.
Okay. Yeah, it does, because quite a few people who had lost the ability to move around because of locomotor problems, they were able to sort of move around without any assistance over a period of time. Because music, I think, is by far the most non-invasive form of medical treatment, or even treatment if you don't call it medical. And there is absolutely nothing that goes inside except energy or sound waves. So it's practically safe, devoid of side effects. The only side effects are good effects. And the best part of music is it helps us all to relax. So, be it any given situation, whether it's, a difficult or not so difficult, or maybe if not a question on life, no, not necessarily that. But the thing is, we are able to much more relax, than any other form which we may use, maybe anti-anxieties or any of these pharmaceutical preparations, which also have a lot of side effects. So medicine doesn't have, any other answer except musical therapy.
Mr. KP, I would like to know which song she liked best you sang. The song you sang for her. What was that?
Sorry?
Mr. KP.
No, I didn't get you, ma'am.
Question for Mr. KP. So we will just, Mr. KP, आप बाद में जरूर गीता जी को बताइए कौन सा आपने गाना गाया था अपने गाने के लिए. And ladies and gentlemen, we are open for questions in case anybody wants to ask any questions to Dr. Raj Gopal. Please do so. Mr. KP, कौन सा गाना गाया था? She wants to know that.
Just a minute.
चौधरी का चांद हो?
नहीं.
Okay.
चलिए, so we'll take the other questions right now for Dr. Raj
मैंने गाया था जो कि उनको बहुत पसंद था.
Okay. Yeah.
जिसके लिए यही गाना.
Wonderful.
शरद महमूद का गाया.
Colonel Sharma,
Very
you
nice.
have 2 questions for Dr. Raj Gopal.
Dr. Raj Gopal, Colonel Sharma is my name. You must have heard of a name called Ilaiyaraaja.
Yes.
Of course.
The well-known music composer.
Raja.
Yes.
Music director.
Then
Yeah.
Keeravani, he writes M.M. Karim. No, okay, no problem.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
The second name is M.M. Keeravani. He writes M.M. Karim also.
Okay.
Keeravani. What I was trying to say was, Beethoven and Mozart have gone past our, age, late 60s. Now, to correlate in your talks, which are otherwise so engripping, sometimes a mismatch comes. MS Subbalakshmi ka she is Bharat Ratna. So that will, so the understanding of octaves is difficult than the strumming of Shankar ji ka sitar.
Okay.
एक नेक्स्ट वाले अपने किसी सेशन में ना ये वाला जैसे आपने वो नौशाद अली एंड कील बदायनी का नाम लिया, one felt very happy. There are 2 things. One is trade secret. It gives the impression to the audience कि यार तो somebody very qualified, apparently South Indian, but he has a lot of grip over the entire subject. That is one. And second is the relation develops very fast. Beethoven and all are hardcore European. Mozart and Beethoven, very hardcore.
Yeah. But let me explain, if you could kindly allow me. The thing is, these are all very well researched. The tracks which I recommended, they're all very well researched. And the reason, as I spoke, during the course of my lecture, I mentioned that, I was far too keen on Western music, primarily for the reason that most of you are aware of Indian classical or, popsicle music. So my intent was very clear. These clips, they help you to relax to a great extent, because there is no need for one to know the subtleties of music, be it Western or Indian, or be it Chinese, be it Greek. The whole compass or the radar of music pertains only to sound. It all depends upon your favorite tune. You just pick up any of your favorite tunes, because I cannot just say, for an youngster, I don't think I'll be able to recommend Mozart. He will get bored. So I need to allow him to listen to his type of music, which will help him to relax. You are right. When you pointed out, it hit me in the sense that, I thought there was someone who could point out, my focus on Western music. So it was a good, valid point. But the thing is, in terms of research or the studies that have been conducted are too biased vis-a-vis Western music, not so much in other areas of music. And let me also come back to one point which will be very interesting for you. See, in some American schools, for instance, they have recommended two Carnatic classical music, pieces. One is called Vadya Lahari. It features A. Kanyakumari, the legendary violinist, on the violin, of course. And the other is Laya Vinyas, featuring Trichy Shankaran on the mridangam. The two albums, believe me, are prescribed must listen for students in some American, ironically not Indian schools. Studies testify that they prompt children to bolster their math scores. In fact, the thing which I sent on WhatsApp covers these points. And also, you could even listen to some of the Hindustani and Carnatic classical, ragas. More importantly, Abhir Bhairav, Todi, Sri, Yaman, Shivaranjani, Shankarabharanam. All these ragas have a time element too: morning, noon, evening, night. So it sorts of leads to what is called as neural priming. Whenever you want it, and you are absolutely relaxed with the type of music you want or choose. I mean, this is what I wanted to sort of get into.
Right, anybody else? Mr. Bhamri? Geeta ji, I'll just take your question after that.
First of all, thank you very much, Dr. Rajagopal.
Can I say something, please?
Hello.
Yeah, can I say something? Am I heard? Am I audible?
Thank you very much, Dr. Rajagopal. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Bhamri, we can hear you.
Okay. No, I'm asking.
There's some
Dr.
overlapping
Rajagopal.
out here. Yeah.
Inke voice, Bekori. And Dr. Rajagopal, can I request you to hold the mic a little closer to you?
Yeah.
The earphones are there, but with the wire, I'm sure the mic would be a little, if you can just pull it a little closer.
Yeah, sure. I'm able to hear you clearly.
नहीं, but we cannot hear you very clearly. बहुत दूर से आपकी आवाज आ रही है, तो इसीलिए if you.
Okay, but I was able to hear him, but there was some overlap, of some of the voice.
No. This is Dr. Rajagopal for you when you are speaking. Earlier your voice was quite clear. अब थोड़ा दूर से आ रही है, इसलिए.
Now? How is it okay?
Honey, if you just hold the mic towards you, then because you're wearing the earphones, so I think usi ke sath mic attached hai, uski wire.
Yeah.
If you just hold that, bring it a little closer to your mouth, it would be helping.
Okay, fine.
Right, thank you.
Or
And
I'll try, I'll remove and see. 1 second.
Up to you, Hanji. And I'll request everyone to
Is it
keep
clear
them-
now? Okay?
Hanji, much better.
Yeah. Then I think we discard the headphone.
And you can just move a little closer to the computer, to the mobile phone.
Yeah. In fact, I've come far too close for comfort.
That's okay. Hanji, Mr. Bhamri.
Yeah, Dr. Rajagopal, first of all, let me thank you very, very much for giving us this thing on music. We had
Thank
a
you.
session in the IMOHA by the name of Educational Learners Session. There I
Okay.
was given a topic that effect of music on human body.
Okay.
I did little of research on this, and I am sure you must be knowing there are two research scholars, Levitine and Mona Lisa Chanda.
Yeah.
They had the topic was, can music heal your body? Okay, they found there was a meta-analysis on 400 studies,
Precisely.
and they found that music improves the body's immune system function and reduces stress. I'm sure you must be aware of it. And I also on the same session recommended half an hour music a day can improve the immune system of a person, and especially nowadays in COVID, to come out of this psychological pressure, everybody should listen to music for half an hour a day.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. In fact, it revs up just about every system in the body.
Yeah.
Because it's non-invasive, it is free of side effects. That's the best part. And there is nothing you take inside orally. The sound waves just get into you. Right?
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that you mentioned, if you listen to music for about half an hour every day, it's as good as doing meditation for half an hour.
Yeah. And also there is one more study by American Psychological Association, which music has been scientifically proved that it reduces pain reduction, stress relief, memory, and brain injuries.
Yes,
Like
yes.
KPG has said before the operation, now they have started doing 10 minutes music or half an hour music, depending on the surgery, to the
Yeah.
patient as
Yeah.
an anesthetic.
Yeah. And especially dentistry, most people use music as a
Yeah.
tool, to reduce the anxiety of the patients,
Yeah.
because most people have anxiety at the dentist.
I'm unmuted. Excuse me, can
And
I
as
make
Kanla Sharma said, in India, Tansen is known. Tansen is known for his music. You must have also heard.
Yeah, you could also bring rain.
Yeah. And वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि दिए जल जाते थे जब वो उनका जो म्यूजिक होता था उससे दिए जल जाते थे. It was so powerful.
Yeah.
दीपक राग गाने से
Pravina,
दीपक
sorry, Geeta ji, आपका भी
Yeah, I
question.
just-
Pravina ji, Hanji.
Thank you
I
very
just
much,
wanted to-
Dr. Rajagopal. once
Thank you,
again.
thank you so much. My pleasure.
yeah
I just wanted to make an observation that nowadays, like earlier and say in our time, the Western music was popular, but now the reversal is taking place. Hindustani music is being appreciated and sung by Western people. Like Lag Ja Gale, then Jaane Ki Zid Na Karo, then the ambassador of Uzbekistan sang that Awara Hu beautifully. So हमारा जो music है अब वहाँ भी popular हो रहा है. And one of the countries of Europe, I think it is Germany, where every morning they put on Om Bhur Bhuvat Swaha. They put that on every morning.
Yeah. You're right, because what you like best, I think you should play.
So it is.
Yeah.
Right, Pravina ji. Geeta ji, you had a question.
yeah hello
Yes.
Yeah. It was a very, very intense talk, and I really, someone wants me what I would like to learn while after rebirth. So it will be that I would like to learn Western music. I always depend for that. Then now it's too late. But I wanted to, I couldn't. I just want to ask you one thing. As in Hindustani Rag Paddhati, some rags are sung in the morning, some afternoon. They have a time schedule, no?
Yeah.
And I have seen that really it really makes a difference, you know, if you sing Bhairav Rag in the morning, Yaman Rag in the evening. Now this is the time for Yaman Rag. And then afternoon, there are afternoon, these Vrindavani Sarang and all those, you know. So is there any such division in Western music, means any kind of morning, evening, after all the symphonies and their scales and all?
Yeah, it's a very relevant question. You know, I had not thought of it, but I don't think I have the competence to speak. Probably if I happen to chance upon literature, which sort of helps you in understanding morning, evening, or noon, so-called Western classical music, I'll just send it to you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
It's been muted, so you can say something.
Right. Anyone else for any questions?
I like to speak something. Dr. Vincent, my name. Well, I am a dentist. I run music, soft music. Throughout the patients are being seen. My patients feel very happy and comfortable, and some of my patients, while they are getting the treatment and the music is on, they fall off to sleep also. So it allays their pain and makes our process much easier, that the patient is the pain is being allayed by the music, because it's soft music. It pleases the person, and the person can undertake the treatment without any hassles.
Fantastic. You made my day. You made my day.
Okay, thank you so much.
You made my day.
All right. Sir, you gave a very good lecture about it, and we really enjoyed it. And we practice, and my wife is a good singer also, because she sings very well. And in Gurgaon, we have some senior citizens music groups over here, where we all sing and we all feel relaxed, and we feel closer to each other, and so comfort giving that we sometimes go to some of the societies also and hold a music session to please them also.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, may your tribe increase. Because, when I was young, when I was a kid, I used to go to a dentist and he would have soft music playing in the background. It would help us all relax.
Very good.
Yeah, but not too many use music this way.
I just wanted to share one experience in USA when I was there, and I had to get my angiogram done. So I told the doctor that I'm allergic to dyes, that colored dyes. So said, okay, you told me we will manage that. They gave me Valium, and I was in the top of the world. I forgot that I'm in USA. I just dreamed that Shakuntala is going, and I started speaking out, and they could not imagine. But my son and my husband, they started laughing. Then they took me to the operation theater. They said, Mrs. Bhattacharya, would you like to have some good music? I said, of course I would like to have, but play some Indian classical music. Oh, they started, get Indian classical music. Where can you get there? Then I was actually a little bit unconscious, and they did that. And I still remember they played some music for me, which was very good. Then they said, next time,
excellent.
Bhattacharya, I don't want that you should come to us, but we'll make it a point to bring some Indian classical music.
Oh, wonderful,
I had
wonderful.
a lovely experience with the music.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. Very nice story.
All music is universal. It's
Yes.
just that if Punjabi goes on eating Punjabi food, you have to eat South Indian food for a little while to start liking it. So there is no question of Indian music or Western. Music is music. There is no doubt about it.
Yeah. The flavor of music is more important than where it comes from.
Anyone else with questions?
Dr. Rajkumar, I just wanted to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
Although we have been, talking in favor of the music therapy, but at times I do feel कि कभी-कभी, it gives a distraction to the people there. But we try to take one society, but if you take in the complete with the masses and other people there are certain people may like a particular music therapy or music, and the certain other type of people probably they may not like at all. So would you like to say anything why people get distracted at times to the music therapy?
See, the point is, suppose you have a sort of flavor for music which is purely classical. Then obviously if someone plays a tune which is not in contention with your idea of music, then it may not really appeal to you and you may get distracted. That's okay, like any other thing. Okay, like a book. You're not interested in fiction, you don't like it. You prefer non-fiction. That sort of thing can happen in music. It is a question of choice and liking. So if you don't like something, obviously you will not like it. Right? So same thing applies.
Because that might give more of anxiety than the entertainment to a particular person.
Yeah. If you listen to rock music, then obviously you'll get agitated. You may even give a punch to somebody who's sitting next to you.
And then it depends upon the timing also, at the time the music is on. Because every now and then probably the music cannot entertain you or cannot probably keep you absolutely happy.
Yeah.
It depends on the timing also there. Timing and the choice of the person is certainly of paramount importance.
Yes, I agree with you. Because each of us are different. We are as different as or unique as our fingerprint or signature. So one size does not fit all, as they say. Same thing. One music does not fit all. So it all depends upon your liking, your taste of music. What you like, what you don't like. Just about everything comes into picture. And if something appeals to you, then you're happy with it, not otherwise.
So should we say it cannot be generalized?
No. I don't think it can be generalized. It's quite specific for all of us. For instance, I am very fond of English classical. Likewise, I am very fond of Carnatic classical. So there are two different streams altogether. Though there is a method to both in terms of scales or mathematical precision, and there is enough room to improvise at any given point in time. So during the course of a concert, if you have watched a Carnatic classical recital, most artists tend to improvise on their rendering of a given song. That happens quite often, but I think Hindustani classical music is rigidly structured. So I don't think there is enough room to improvise, unless the artist is a genius.
सर आपके तो टॉक ने 2 बंदे सुला दिए हैं, में से मंजू और आर्या सोई पड़ी हैं और एक वीना जी.
Oh.
For a change, वीना जी is resting and watching. नहीं तो वो हमेशा अपनी knitting वगैरह करती रहती हैं.
वही बड़ी है तो मंजू आर्या जी.
I'm sure it's made her relax.
Then I don't know what will happen when we conduct the self-hypnosis course.
तो ये सारे ही सोए पड़े होंगे सर.
Yeah, possible.
इनको नींद नहीं आती वो सुना करेंगे.
कर्नाटक में कहाँ पर है आपका सर?
Pardon?
कर्नाटक में कहाँ पर है सर आपका?
नहीं, I live in New Bombay. I am from Karnataka.
Okay.
Yeah.
So chaliye, with that we come to the end of today's session. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajgopal.
Oh, my pleasure.
Such a wonderful session, and like I said, I was just talking to all the elders in between when you were not there, that हम सब म्यूजिक का वो जानते एडवांटेज क्या है, उसका इफेक्ट क्या होता है, बट टू हियर इट फ्रॉम एन एक्सपर्ट रियली मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस. So हम लोग भी यहाँ पे Mo TV पे quite often we have these singing sessions and all, where we get singers from outside or we get our very own elders to sing songs, and beautiful sessions we have. So in some form हम आपकी philosophy बिल्कुल follow कर रहे हैं, and those sessions are really special, where everybody really waits for. Normally it's on Saturdays, So everybody really waits for the Saturday to come, because that's a swinging Saturday, and we are singing songs, and music is the main theme at that point of time. So
Okay.
so thank you so much. Hanji. Sorry, Dr. Rajgopal, you were saying something?
No, it's a nice way to spend your evening on a Saturday.
Very true.
More than that, much more than that.
And
I know.
also I will tell you the beauty of things, Dr. Rajgopal, that हमारे यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा नहीं है जो ये कह सकता है कि मैं सिंगर नहीं हूँ. In fact, after 2-3 shows, the first time they always say नहीं हमें नहीं कुछ आता है या हम नहीं गा सकते हैं, but 3 to 4 sessions on Mo TV, then everybody wants to sing, even if it's 2 lines, so that is the beauty of it, and it's so wonderful seeing them singing. So, and I'm glad that
maybe a few of them could chip in, with their songs, one-liners.
Sorry?
Few of the audience, may chip in with a couple of songs.
Yeah, next time, definitely when you are here, we will make you hear some songs from our elders.
Yeah, wonderful.
Chicken.
पहले मीना जी को तो उठा दो, वो तो सोई पड़ी है.
कोई बात नहीं.
Madam, may I suggest that you should, may I say something?
Hanji, please.
Yeah, please.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
I suggest we should have a musical evening where the participants from the IMUHA members should give songs.
Yeah.
Very lovely meeting.
So, I was exactly talking about this only. Sorry, I don't have your name.
Dr. Bhimsen.
Dr.
And
Bhimsen.
my wife is Pravina.
Okay. So, Dr. Bhimsen, in fact, that is exactly what I was mentioning, that every Saturday we do have a musical evening where our elders do sing. So every week we have at least one function where we get our elders to be singing. Not only from outside, we get our elders also to sing. So now that we've come to know Praveena ji sings, so next time, of course, we are going to request her to join it. So it will be wonderful. In fact, so that is exactly what I said. यहाँ पे जो नहीं भी गाता, वो भी गाना शुरू कर देता है. And another beautiful thing is that slowly, they start practicing for it. चाहे पहले ऐसे गाते हैं, फिर म्यूजिक के साथ गाते हैं, and the confidence grows, and everybody is trying to sing. So it is something that everybody is developing a passion for it, and the whole family. So it's just fun times for us where we all sing for each other.
Yeah,
Bollywood programs.
I don't sing, but I'll recite some poem.
Great, wonderful. We do have such sessions also. So please join regularly. You will get to see a variety of things that we keep doing on this platform, and we would love to, have you be a part of it. So with that, let me just thank Dr. Rajgopal for spending this wonderful time with us, for talking about such a relevant topic.
Thank you.
Giving us so many new inputs, and of course, our next session for self-hypnosis, and many more topics, we will reach out to you once again and request you to be here. So
thank you. Yes, certainly.
What a wonderful session, and thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, and thanks for the opportunity.
Not at all, our pleasure, totally. So thank you so much, everyone, and we will now see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock sharp for a physiotherapy. And evening, of course, we meet with the dietitian. And I don't know, for all the clubs, I have not received any dates except for Mr. KP, who said Thursday he wants to have the Bollywood practice session. But for the education and learners and the spiritual one, I do not have any requests for the practice session. So request the moderators to please let me know the date so that I can put it in the schedule. Right?
He'll just get back to you. Bishop will get back to you. He was telling me Tuesday.
If it's final, just let me know. I will then do the needful.
He'll speak
before
to you.
I circulate. Fine. So before we circulate it. So right, thank you so much, everyone, and see you all tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajgopal, once again.
Thank you. Take care.
Right. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
And Dr. Rajgopal has made us more educated today.
Absolutely. So thank you so much once again to all of you, and meet you all tomorrow.